is just your thought world. It's just your thoughts of the people that you know. And because you've calibrated to this, the people that are going to come to your mind are the people who are calibrated there with you. People in a bad mood aren't going to come to your mind. People not in love with life and not in love with themselves are not going to come to your mind. And so, just in your thought world, you are already cleaner, purer, more calibrated, but then you move into the day. Then you move into conversations. Just the ideas of who you will reach out to will be about what you're calibrated to. You can always tell two ways. You can tell what you are vibrational matched to. We've been saying this forever. One is how you feel and one is by what happens. But most people don't even think about calibrating until they bump into something unwanted, and then we love you so much, it's too late. Too late for now. You're just going to bump into them, and you're just going to get your feelings hurt, and you're just going to have a bad experience, and you're going to blame it on them, and you're going to practice the uncalibration of your inner being while you practice resentment and other things that just don't serve you at all. And so you just can't get around this. You got to clean up your vibration, and just because somebody is misbehaving by your standards to you doesn't mean you have to notice it and take it in. So you got to do something about that sensitivity. Well, that's not an easy thing to do because most humans have been doing it for a very long time. Most of you have been calibrating. Oh, we love you so much, but we love you so much. You've been calibrating to others' response of you, as if that has anything to do with anything. Because they, like that one individual, like the world at large, is a mixed bag that will give you what you've calibrated. That one individual is like the world at large, a mixed bag. We've been playing with an analogy to see how it sits with you, and it's effective. We want you to think about all of the people in the world in an arena, a really big arena. And they've gathered together in clusters, and they've given themselves different labels. There are Republicans and Democrats, and there are Catholics and Protestants, and there are Jews. There are every category that you can name. There they all are clustered together. They're conflicted because some of them belong in more than one group, and they don't know what to do. But there they are, and in most cases, they are clustered together, talking smack about the other groups. That's mostly what they're doing. And we say, there are only two groups, really. There are only two groups. There's the group who, in this moment, that's a key word, in this moment are under the influence of their alignment with Source, their calibrated to Source, or those who are in this moment calibrated to something else. And in every one of those groups, there are those calibrated to Source. Every one of those groups. And in every one of those groups, there are those calibrated to something else. And you cannot, have never been able to, and will never be able to do anything about what they're calibrated to. And if you spend your life trying to figure out why they think the way they do, or why they feel the way they do, or why they see that in the way that they see it when you see it entirely different, you will waste your life. You will deprive yourself of any happy moments because it's just too much. And it's not your job. It's not even close to your job. It has nothing to do with you. So whether it's this whole cluster of humanity or whether it's just a person, pay no attention to where they're at. Only give attention to where you're at. Tend to your own calibration and then watch what happens. Because when you choose anyone in any of those groups and you decide to push against them, maybe because of their denial of you, or maybe because of their disagreement with you, maybe because they see something different than you do, doesn't matter. There are lots of reasons that you might want to push against. There are lots of examples of who you might push against, but there's only one reason that you're pushing against any of them. Drum roll, please. There's only one reason that you're pushing against any of them. They threaten you because you're not calibrated. You counted on them for your source and your strength. That's why you gather together in clumps with others. It's because you don't feel strong on your own. But when you've learned to calibrate to your own wholeness, calibrate to your joy, calibrate to your love, calibrate to your clarity, calibrate to who you are, now you can love them. You can love all of them. They don't threaten you. Some of them call you. Some of them entertain you. Some of them wrap their arms around you and love you, but it is not important to you what they do. You free them to their own creation while you tend to yours.